Hello, I'm Marathon Hanzo, and today I want to talk about gathering and collectibles. Starting at level 50, you can start gathering collectibles on your botanist, miner, and fisher. And collectibles give us a few options of what to do with them. So we're going to drive on over here to Rowena's House of Splendors. We're going to see what we can do with them. So our first stop here is the Collectible Appraiser. And here we can see what they need. So here's the list of miner. We're going to be working on our miner today. We can scroll all the way down to the bottom and see we have options from level 50 all the way up to level 70. So that fits in with when we are in our first collectible skills, level 50. Now there's three things that I think collectibles should be used for. Number one, you can turn them in for EXP. So from level 50 you can start doing these. And you can turn them in for a little bit of XP. So you can get 10,000 on a lot of these. Then once you get into Stormblood items, you can start turning them in for a significant amount. So this is one way that you can grab some items and boost your EXP gain while you're gathering. The next thing you should gather them for is for scrips. We have yellow scrips, red scrips, are the two currencies here for crafters and gatherers. And when you turn in each of these collectibles, you get a certain amount of red and yellow scrips. Then you can use these scrips over here at the script exchange to buy different items. A lot of these items are materias, other gathering materials, things like cordials, so you can gather faster. Then you can also buy gear, so this is all items. We can also get some gathering gear that can help get you a jump before you buy high-end crafted gear. That's great too. Scripts are also required for these folklore books, and folklore books open up the super nodes side of the expansion. The super nodes are usually the highest level nodes and offer the greatest rewards. So that's what you can do with scripts and why you should gather collectibles for scripts. The last thing is for Ethereal Reduction. So I have some items in my inventory here that are aethersands, and aethersands are only acquired from Ethereal Reduction. We use aethersands in a number of master recipes. I think some of the most important ones are probably actually in alchemy. And all of these items take an aether sand. Different tiers of aether sands from different tiers of collectibles. Hot salt take an aether sand. Crafting high level gear all takes an aether sand. It's one way to use collectible items. So let's look at some of the abilities we can get here to do collectible gathering. We can get into our menu. We can look at where we get them here. Starting at level 50, we get Collector's Glove. This is how you turn on or off collectible gathering. When you toggle it on, you already have it on, it's on my buff bar. Let's just see what items in a node menu can be gathered as a collectible. When you turn it off, every item just gets gathered as normal. When you turn it on, you'll enter the collectible menu when you pick an item instead of just gathering it one time. The next one I want to talk about here is Methodical Appraisal. Methodical Appraisal lets you gather one time, not gather, it'll increase rarity of collectible by 1 times your perception and uses 1 gathering attempt. So this is one of the items we use to increase our rarity while we're doing collectibles. And collectibles overall is a game to see how much rarity you can get within the 3 attempts limit within the collectible menu. Our next one here is Instinctual Appraisal, which works pretty much just like Methodical, but it has a random chance of going from 0.8 to 1.5 rarity. So you can use this one if you are just trying to spam out some collectibles and you're willing to risk a few. Or if you just have such a high perception that it doesn't matter, that's a good time to use these. Next we have Utmost Caution. Reduces collectible wear by 10. So normally you can only use 3 of these actions, usually 3 appraisal items. While you're doing collectibles, if you use Utmost Caution, you'll get a chance to use the 4th one. But it also costs 200 GP. Next we've got Single Mind here, which is a higher level skill. This one you can execute an appraisal without using a gathering attempt. So while you're doing all of these appraisals within the collectible menu, you're still on usually a normal node that has 4 gathering attempts. So if you use all 3 of your appraisals, you're only left gathering 1 collectible item once you're done. So if you use an ability like Single Mind, it'll give you more chances to gather high level or high rarity collectibles once you're finished. The last skill here is Impulsive Appraisal. Impulsive Appraisal is pretty good. You get a 0.9 rarity increase based on perception. It also gives you a chance to proc another ability here called Discerning Eye. And Discerning Eye gives you 50% more rarity on your next appraisal attempt. So using something like Impulsive Appraisal will give you a Discerning Eye for free, and then you can get a big rarity increase the next time. Now at level 61, once you get into Stormblood, you get Impulsive Appraisal 2, which works the same, but instead of just a bare 30% chance of proccing Discerning Eye, it scales 30% to 100% based on your perception. So once you get to max level and you have a high perception, you'll proc Discerning Eye a whole lot, so that'll work pretty well. And that's the basis for all these skills. Let's get ready and go out and take a look. We'll find some collectibles here. We're gonna head to the locks to find a collectible node. We'll take a look at exactly what rotation we're gonna use on the high end. So we'll do the in-game node first. Then we'll just walk through what to do on some basic collectibles. So all of these nodes show up with Truth of the Mountains on, but they don't show up on the mini-map like unspoiled nodes do. But I happen to know where this node is, so we'll just jaunt on over here. You can see I have 770 GP. One of the requirements here for the high-end rotation is you have to have 600 GP, which should be pretty attainable. You can actually meld up to where I am and get to around 800 GP with food, and then you can pretty much max out all the time. So here's the node. You see the collector's glove on. I can't gather ice crystals. Toggle it off, you can gather everything. These are all the items that we can gather with collectibles. Almadine's an item that you can turn in for XP. The Ancient Soil is an item you can turn in, or not turn in, but use Ethereal Reduction on. So that's what we want. So we're going to go through the rotation here quickly. We're going to start with Impulsive Appraisal 2. And we practice Discerning Eye. So this is the best start we can get. So we're going to use Utmost Caution, Reduce Wear, Single Mind to get us a bonus attempt, then Methodical Appraisal here. Then we're going to do Impulsive Appraisal again. No proc, but that's okay. We only needed the 1 proc. Single Mind again to get us an extra bonus attempt. One last Methodical Appraisal. Alright, now we should have enough rarity to get what we're after. And now we'll be able to collect 2 times since we saved all that gathering attempts. Perfect. So that's all it takes. Now I've got 2 collectibles in our inventory. You can see they have the collectible box symbol, just like in crafting. You can see their collectability rating. But since these are Ethereal Reduction materials, we're just going to go ahead and reduce these. We can see we didn't get 2 Discerning Eyes, so the collectability is okay. We're going to go ahead and reduce and see what we get. We should get some clusters. We got crystals on this one. 4 Duskglow aethersands. So that's a pretty good return. Do the same thing here. Reduce 7 out of 8. Alright, this time we got clusters and crystals. So you only have a chance to get an aethersand each time. Now, you can see the node's gone. But these nodes actually last for a long period of time. We're going to go over now how to reset a collectible node. So if you tag 2 sets of nodes outside of the collectible, it'll repop. And we can't do too much now, because we only have less than 300 GP. We'd have to get back to 600. But now the node should be back. We've opened 2 other sets. We can fly back around the mountain here. You can see on our mini-map it's already there. As we come around the hill, our node will be back and we can gather again. Now one nice thing about ephemeral nodes is you can open and close them. See what they have. So on this node, we've got gathering attempts +1. One nice trick about these nodes is you can game them over and over to try to get a better bonus. So that's a good one. We don't really want to throw it away, but I'm going to do it just to show you what happens. So I'm going to open this node, and I'm going to go open another pair, and it will reset our ephemeral node. So if you're low on GP and you don't want to use the cordial, you can fly around and reset these nodes until you get +2 gathering attempts every time. That way you can get more collectibles with your time. Let's go back and see what bonus we have now. It'll either be the same, which is unlikely, +2, but more than likely it's nothing. It probably doesn't have any bonus anymore. So there we go. We have no bonus. We've reset the node, and we can keep chaining through these to try to get a different node. So let's look at Almadine here. Let's go ahead and just do Almadine. And we want to just gather these to turn in for scripts, right? So we are going to just pop Discerning Eye. Then I'm just going to run Methodical Appraisal 3 times. I'm just doing this to show you that that's not enough. So the minimum on these level 70 items is 450. So you still have to use the crafting rotation. There's no cheesing through gaining experience. So you have to use some combination of Discerning Eye and Impulsive Appraisal. Normally on these lower nodes, I probably just use Discerning Eye 2 times, and it's going to give you more than enough. So that's probably the way to go about it. You use 400 GP, you wait and let it reset. You can get some free scripts and experience points. And that's it. That's the quick and dirty rundown of how to get collectibles for scripts, experience, and Ethereal Reduction. So I hope you guys learned something. If you got any questions, please let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.